everyone, and welcome to a tutorial for the half treble crochet stitch. This is a perfect stitch to have a go at if you've had a little bit of practice with crochet before. It can be mildly fiddly just because you've got to pull through 3 loops rather than just 2, but it's only a very minor thing, and as long as you've had a tiny bit of practice with the hook, then you will be just fine. It creates a lovely medium dense fabric that is ideal for cushions or a heavier blanket, or anything really where you want your fabric to have a little bit of substance. But let's have a little look at what we need to do. Okay, and so the first thing we're going to want to do is create our slip knot as per usual. So we're going to put a little loop in our yarn, insert the hook, and then just pull it through like so. And then you can pull on the little tails just to tighten that onto and off of the shaft. And you want the yarn to be tight enough that it is gripping onto the hook so that it's not going to come slipping off, but it's not so tight that it's gripping on absolutely fiercely. And once you've got your slip knot in place, now it's time to put on our foundation chains. Now for this you can have any number of chains that you want at all, and we're just going to be yarning over and pulling through the hoop that's already on the hook. And how many little chains you do is entirely up to you, but for this project I'm going to do about 15 of them just to make a little swatch. Go, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, well if I've gone that far I might as well do 20. 19, and we'll do 20 instead. So once you've done your 20 foundation chains, we then need to add on our turning chains. These are effectively exactly the same stitch. We're going to put 2 on the end. So 1 and 2, just like so. Not including this hoop that is still on the hook. We don't include that. So our turning chains are just the 2 that we did just there. And what these mean is that when we turn our work and start going back in the other direction, these will allow it to do so without creating a little pinch. So in order to create our half trebles, what we're going to do is we're going to ignore these first 2 little stitches that you can see there. Those are the turning chains that we've just done, and instead we're going to be going into this 3rd stitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, that's grabbing hold of the yarn with our hook, and then we're going to go into that 3rd one, skipping those 2 chains, yarn over, that's grabbing hold of the yarn again, pull through that first hoop, yarn over, and then pull through those 3 hoops which are on the shaft, just like so. And then we're going to do exactly the same thing again, but going into this next chain. Ignore the big gap that's just there, that's just because we've been pulling around on that little stitch, that's the one we've just worked into. And so instead we're going to yarn over again, we're going to go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through that one, 3 hoops on that shaft, yarn over, and then pull through those 3 hoops. And again, so we're going to do exactly the same into the next stitch along. We're going to yarn over, then we're going to go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through that hoop, yarn over, and pull through those 3 hoops as well. And that's all you need to do in order to create your half trebles. So again, that is yarning over, going into the very next stitch along our little chain, yarning over, pulling through, yarning over, and pulling through all 3 of those hoops. So we're left with just 1 that's on the shaft again. And we're just going to continue doing these little half trebles until we reach the end of the row. Okay, so we've reached the end of the row as you can see. This one just here is our final stitch. And so we're just going to do another half treble into there. So yarning over, inserting into that final stitch, yarning over, pulling through, yarning over and pulling through those 3 hoops. And now that we've reached the end though, we need to turn around and head back in the opposite direction. And in order to do that, we're going to add 2 little chains onto the end. That first one there closes off that stitch so that these 3 hoops aren't going to come off, not going to come undone anyway. And the extra chain on the end is because of how tall this stitch is. If you can see here, the height of 2 of these little chain stitches up at the top is roughly the same as the height of a single stitch. And so we need 2 turning chains on the other side so that it doesn't get a little pinch, it's the same height. And once you've done those 2 little chains though, you can just turn your work over. Then we're going to head back in the opposite direction. Now you'll notice when we take a closer look at the top of our crochet that we've got these 2 little hoops up at the top. These are your front and your back loops according to where they were when you first made them, remembering that we've turned the work over at this point. So front loops are here, back loops are here, and we're actually going to be going underneath both of those in order to create our stitch. And so what we're going to do is we are going to yarn over. We're then going to insert our hooks underneath both the front and back loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through those 3 hoops, like so. Then we're going to be repeating that again into the next stitch. So we're yarning over, we're going underneath both of those 2 hoops, yarning over, pulling through, yarning over, pulling through all 3 hoops on the shaft. And again, we are just going to continue that now until we reach the very end of the row. Yarning over, underneath both of the hoops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the 3 hoops on the shaft. Okay, and so just keep on doing your half treble crochets until you reach the end of the row. And then once you do this time, we're going to change colour. So what we are going to do is exactly the same as if we were going to be completing another stitch. We're going to yarn over, we're going to insert underneath the last 2 hoops, yarn over and pull through. And this time, instead of starting another stitch, of course, we're going to be changing colour. So we're going to bring in our new colour. We'll play that over the hook just like so, and we're going to pull that one through those 3 hoops, as you can see. Then making sure you've got the right tail. We're just going to continue on exactly the same as we were if we were still using the purple. So we'll yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through to create our 2 little turning chains. Then we will turn our work. And now, exactly the same as if we were still using the purple, yarn over, into that first stitch, under the first 2 hoops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3, and we'll head back in the opposite direction. Right, so I've done another couple of rows of the green, as you can see, and I've come to the end of the row, so it's time to go back to the purple again. And so once again, I am going to yarn over, insert my hook into the underneath the hoops of the last stitch, yarn over and pull through so that I've got the 3 hoops on my hook. Then I'm going to go back to my old colour, which I actually still need to cut off. So I'm just going to snip that off, leaving about a 3-inch tail, just so that I can sew those ends in. Then I'm going to lay my colour over the hook, as you can see, and pull through those 3 hoops. Just like so. Then making sure I've got hold of the correct tail. This one's going to be the working tail. I can then continue on with my stitches exactly the same as I would have done if I was still working with the green. So we're going to put on our 2 turning chains, flip our work over, and then we will work back in the opposite direction, exactly the same as before. And then once you come to the end of your project and you're ready to finish off, when you're on that final stitch, you can just yarn over, pull through. Hang on, I need another one. That's the end, there we go. Right, so once you've come to the very end of the project, yarn over, pull through like you're finishing off that last stitch, then yarn over, pull through like you're going to be doing a chain stitch, but instead stop there and we're going to cut this tail. There we go, and once the tail is cut, just pull it straight through and then tighten that off so it's now become a little knot on the end, and that's going to prevent the whole thing from unravelling. And as you can see on this swatch that I've created earlier, where I've alternated the colours on every single row, it makes a really nice sort of almost pill-shaped stitch. Just slightly sawtoothed along the edges, and with just a very slight raise down the centre. But this is also really quite a dense material, and the holes in it aren't too big neither. It's really quite solid, which you can actually see even better if you have a look at this one. So this is just obviously all in one colour, all just in one pink, created in exactly the same way, all just half treble crochets. And as you can see, it makes a really nice dense cloth, perfect for blankets and cushions and anything where you want a little bit of stability in your fabric. Anywho though, I hope you have enjoyed this little tutorial where we've created the half treble crochet stitch. Happy crafting, everybody, and I will see you again soon.